What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. You can see I'm set up here for some installs on my C7A6. I just got this this spoiler earlier this week. Came in the mail. I had a company make it for me that I found on eBay that was willing to make it. So I'm installed this today. It's in a forged carbon fiber. And forged carbon fiber is funny. Like, it never really looks good on camera or in pictures, but in real life it looks good, and especially how the light hits it. You can see right there, and then right here, you can see how much better it looks. It has that 3D look to it, deep gloss look, and it matches the mirrors perfectly. So it came out pretty good. The only thing is that when I got it, the tape, the adhesive tape they put on it, it wasn't like this. I did this myself. They had put just a thin strip going all the way around. And if you look, this actually has a recess in it. Like, this outside is a little bit higher than it has a recess. And some of it was sitting on the outside of it. So I just took all that off and just filled the whole inner part with the double-sided tape. I got the extreme adhesive double-sided tape. They have it like at Home Depot. It's a Scotch brand, which is actually 3M. So, but they also have it at like a AutoZone, any parts store. They have a different, you know, it's 3M, but it's specifically for automotive. This works for automotive too. I use it a lot. So I'm gonna be installing this today, and then I'm gonna, if you saw the last video, I did the stage 2 install, the lower pulley and the 034 Motorsport stage 2. Now I came out and did some runs. But one thing I noticed was that even with the bigger pulley in the tune, I wasn't getting, you know, a lot of supercharger whine. That's because I got this in the stock airbox. And even though it's open like that, it still muffles the sound a lot. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna remove the airbox, and then the other thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna install this Venturi. I had this on my my Mark II TT 3.2 liter. And I experimented with this, with that one, and a few other ones. This one performed the best by a lot, actually. And I had it in this filter right here. So I'm gonna try that on here and see how it goes. And also I'm gonna put probably like 2 gallons of E85 and fill the rest up, just so it has a little bit of E85 in there. And that's just gonna let the car run a little bit better, because E85 burns cooler. So it's going to help control the ignition time from timing from heat. And I do have the E40 file, but I can't run it yet because I don't have the high pressure fuel pump, and I probably have that coming next week and do the install on that and then run the E40 file. And I heard that file is crazy on this motor. I think it adds like another I think over 100 foot-pounds of torque and horsepower. So I'm gonna notice a difference running that. I forget exactly how much, but I know it's like I think the stage 2 plus is like 450 foot-pounds. I mean 450 horsepower, and then I think the E40 file is 540 horses. So like 90 horses, but you know, depending on what else you do to the car, you might get a little more out of it. So I'm gonna install this, and then we'll come back and see how the wing looks, and then I'm gonna take the airbox out, put the filter on. We'll see how it sounds. Matter of fact, let me start the car up now so you can see how it sounds with it like it is. And then we'll see how it sounds right after. You can hear it. being in that, it's in that air box, especially with the hood down and everything, is real muffled. And I don't want it super loud. I'm just kind of experimenting, because I've heard people say that when you put an aftermarket intake on here, that it gets, some people say it gets real loud, like annoying loud. And then some aftermarket intakes have a cover, like the IE, they have a carbon fiber cover to go over it, and people say that takes sound up. But some people just modify this air box and they cut a hole right here like the RS6 box has. But the RS6 box, it doesn't have this going in right here. It just goes straight across, and then it has a vent right there. So I don't know, I might modify this, but I tried to get this filter in there before and it wouldn't fit because it was too big. So, but all right, let me get started on this install and we'll come back and see how it looks and see how everything's sounds. Right, you guys, I got everything done. See the mirror, got the wing on. The wing looks pretty good. It was a pretty good fit, but it's got dark out here, so I got this flashlight on it, so it looks, you know, a little weird. But that's it from the side. I've seen some wings that come out even further and go up, like on, I've seen them on a lot of S4s. This one's a little bit more subtle, looks good, goes with the shape of the car. See how it matches the mirror. And then I got the intake on. Man, it was hard to get that bottom hose off of the bottom of the air box. But you can see on the inside of the air box, it has this baffle right here for the incoming air, and I saw a screw right there where that baffle can come out, so more of the air would come straight in towards the filter. But you can see this, I don't know why they have this right here coming down, dipping down like that, but I'm guessing it's to muffle the sound even more. And I think the RS6 box has the walls are further away from the actual filter itself, so to flow more air, I guess that's why they did that. So that'll be like a performance upgrade on this car. But I've seen some people cut this little section out, and some people cut this whole section out right here. And I think I've even seen somebody cut this whole thing out right there. But I'm gonna just see how this sounds and then go from there. I'll probably put some whatever box, if I do go with either box, keep this one and modify or do that one. I'll probably put some of the DEI heat shield around here, because you can see the exhaust manifolds right there. But let's start this up and see how it sounds. Probably gonna be loud. Yeah, that thing it is loud. I guess what I'll do is I'm gonna get out here and do some runs like I did on the last video, some through the tunnel, and then some with the window up, some with the window down, do a few launches so we can see how you know, how everything sounds with the windows up, window down, going through a tunnel with the windows up and down. That's how the car looks with well, you guys will see in another video when the sun is out. You can't really see the whole profile of the car well. But let's get out here and do some runs. right, you guys, here's a pull with the windows down. See how loud it is when the windows down. I think outside of the car, you probably hear the supercharger more. But because the exhaust is so loud and raspy now, it kind of drowns it out. And then, see how it sounds? But the supercharger, I can hear it a little bit more with the filter outside of the airbox. I mean, you can definitely hear it like from outside the car when you're revving it, like you guys saw earlier. But it's not like annoying right now, how some people say. But maybe sitting in traffic, it might be louder or something at a certain RPM. But like right now, you know, I don't really hear it. So maybe it's like if you have the bigger throttle body or something, or a certain aftermarket intake, it might be loud. I don't know, because they do have that shield on it, and that shield might be reflecting the sound waves up, making it sound louder. I don't know, but the way I have it right now, it's not like super loud like some people are saying. All right, you guys, we're back from doing the launches and runs. Hope you guys liked it. I noticed that the pops and bangs though got a lot more aggressive today. Like yesterday, for the first time when I drove the first time with the tune, it didn't do it a lot, and it was even a lot more muffled. But today it was like loud and a lot more aggressive, and did the pops and bangs under a lot more conditions. So that sounded pretty good. I wouldn't want it doing it all the time though, and not super loud, but I still got the stock mufflers on here, so it's not as loud, which is good. But the rasp is real bad. It sounds like it got worse to me. But I guess sometimes I had the windows down, going under the tunnels and all that. But so I did watch a video where a guy used a MagnaFlow muffler right where the downpipes are, right where the stock resonators used to be. And it's called a MagnaFlow Res X. It was an S4, and he had done the test pipes also. And he did video clips of where he tried different things, and when he did the MagnaFlow Res X muffler, in that it took the rasp out, period. So, but he didn't give a part number, so I got to find out, you know, the part number for that and which muffler that is. But that sounds like the answer right there. So I'll probably do that, and then I'll probably do do away with the middle muffler, which I already did, but it's kind of crude. They just welded in some piping, and when they bent it, it kind of crimped it a little bit. So I'm gonna get the X pipe for that later, and then I'll probably find a better rear muffler, but probably the S4 rear mufflers. It's kind of the same thing, but being that this is a sedan, this muffler is going to be more muffled because it's supposed to be a luxury sedan. So on the S4, since it's a sports sedan, you know, they didn't put as much baffling in, so you get a little bit more sound through those, but it still sounds good and controlled. I saw another video on an A6 where that's what he did. He did some of the same exhaust stuff, and he put the S4 rear muffler. Sounded real good. On the launches today, there was a few times where I tried to launch and it just wouldn't go into launch mode, so I got to see what's up with that. But there was a part when I was under the bridge and I just did like a takeoff, and man, it took off like it was a launch. I mean, it took off so fast, I was surprised. So it seems like the more I'm driving the car, the more it's adapting. So that's a good thing too. And next week I should have the high pressure fuel pump push ride coming. I don't know which one I'm gonna go with, either auto. A lot of people go with the Auto Tech, but a few other companies sell their own also. So like Old 34. So I'm gonna read up on them and see which one I'll go. But I'll have one coming next week, and I'll do an install on that so I can run E40 in here, which is like half a tank of E85 and half a tank of regular gas, and that takes it to E40. So that'll be a lot more. But man, the car, it feels like the more I drive it, the more powerful it's getting. I guess it's adapting and everything. I know when I did the old 34 on my TT, the same thing happens. Like the more I drove it, you could feel it adapting more and all that and getting more powerful. And but I guess that's going to be it for this video. Like I said, I'm going to try to get that MagnaFlow muffler to quiet things down, and I got a few other parts like the heat exchanger is going to be coming next week. I'm going to go with the Merc Racing one, and I'll probably be upgrading the coolant pump too for that system. So that'll be going in, and the high pressure fuel pump, and then I got some other work I need to do on here, like change the transmission fluid. I got the JXB center diff I need to put in, well, the center diff carrier I need to put in, and some other stuff. So I'll still be doing some work, but the other stuff is coming next week. I got some stuff that I do have that I'm going to be doing videos on probably before then. But let me know what you guys think about how everything's going in the comments. Leave a like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching.